She came to Jamaica way back when Destiny's Child had one song.
That Baby Boy collab was straight fire, no doubt. But behind the scenes, something shady might have been going down at 52. Sean Paul just dropped a major hint about what really went on between him and Queen Bey. And it's got people talking. Word is, Jay-Z wasn't feeling it one bit. Insiders say he allegedly yanked Beyoncé from live shows with Sean Paul out of pure jealousy.
Go to the studio with her. She was so focused. And I guess she just had a lot to do, so...
Was Hov really that bothered by Sean being around her? 'Cause let's be real, they had wild chemistry on stage. So what happened? Why did they suddenly stop performing together like the plug got pulled? And what's up with that weird tension that popped off right after the song went global? And now, out of nowhere, Sean Paul decides it's time to talk? Something is definitely up. Let's be honest. If anyone had even a short fling with someone like Beyoncé, a literal legend, they'd probably never shut up about it. Even if it made her man Jay-Z squirm in his seat. So if the whispers about Sean Paul and Beyoncé hooking up during their baby boy era back in the early 2000s are even a little bit true, why did he stay quiet for this long? What was he hiding? Well, buckle up, 'cause we finally got some answers. Sean Paul just broke his silence in a brand new interview with the Daily Beast. And if you want more tea like this, smash that subscribe button to JuicyReel. It's where the truth always spills. Sean Paul finally set the record straight, once and for all, and about the real deal between him and Beyoncé. And no, it's not what fans have been whispering about for the last 2 decades. Not only did he shut down the dating rumors, but he also explained how it all got twisted, and how Jay-Z allegedly reacted behind the scenes. This all goes way back to 2003, back when Beyoncé and Jay-Z were just starting to build their power couple status. According to Sean, the vibe between him and Bey? Strictly business. Just one blazing hit track and a few stage appearances. That's it. Sean's been saying the same thing for years, that there was no romance, but the rumors just wouldn't die. Now he's stomping them out again, loud and clear. He even joked about it, telling the Daily Beast, "I wish I did." At the time, Bey and Jay were keeping their thing super low-key, but fans were already playing detective, watching every move. Still, Sean Paul says none of that drama had anything to do with him. He was all about the music. After finding out Beyoncé was a fan of his work, Sean says her team slid into his circle, offering the chance to collab. He expected an R&B style jam, but what they ended up creating was a dancehall explosion. Sean said, "That was a bangin' track, man." And it was, no doubt. But the real buzz didn't come from the beat. It came from the heat. The lyrics were steamy, the onstage chemistry was undeniable, and fans started to think maybe it was more than just a song. The rumors caught fire. Fast. And instead of boosting them as a dynamic duo, the gossip created a weird tension that stopped them from doing more live shows together. Wild, right? In his tell-all with the Daily Beast, Sean Paul shut down the long-standing rumor he never had a romantic thing with Beyoncé. But he did admit one thing. Just like everybody else, he wished something had popped off because back then, Beyoncé was absolutely stunning. The problem? She was already dating Jay-Z, and all that gossip was starting to stir up real drama. Sean Paul confessed, "We had to have a speak about it." And what sparked that conversation? A bizarre performance in Los Angeles, where his mic mysteriously cut out and weird stuff started happening on stage. People instantly thought something shady was going on, but it didn't stop there. During another show in Scotland, Sean ran into more audio trouble, and that's when it all blew up. He said, "That's when we had the talk, because the rumors got really crazy." You know it's serious when the tech glitches start stacking up. After that, Beyoncé reportedly pulled him aside. She was clearly stressed, worried the rumors were messing with her image and might hurt her rising career. Sean remembered telling her, "Look, I knew Jay before you and we were cool, so if he's got an issue with any of this, I'll talk to him. But it's not coming from me." Even though Sean tried to calm the situation down, things took a wild turn. Suddenly, he got dropped from Beyoncé's big MTV VMA performance. Just like that. Their professional link? Basically dead in the water. Meanwhile, the rumor mill exploded, pointing fingers at Jay-Z. The streets were saying he was behind the so-called sabotage, allegedly making a bold move to set the record straight and mark his territory. But Sean Paul? He never bought into the whole sabotage theory. He was like, how could it be Jay-Z? He wasn't even there, Sean said. Still, the rumors spread like wildfire. By the time the VMAs came around, the tension was thick, like real awkward. Sean claims he was supposed to be on that stage with Beyoncé. Everything was locked in. Until suddenly, it wasn't. Last minute, he was told that her label didn't want him up there anymore. Just like that, cut off. No warning, no explanation. It felt off. He called it embarrassing and weird. And imagine this. He had to sit in the crowd, watching the performance that he was supposed to be part of. After that awkward moment, he decided to skip out on another big show the next day in Washington, D.C. He said people were begging him, "There are 3,000 influential people waiting out there for you." And his response? "There were 50 million people watching the VMAs, I'm not doing it." Then he bounced. That was it. No more shows together. Done. And even though he kept telling everyone nothing was going on between him and Beyoncé, the pressure landed all on him. "It fell on me," Sean said. "Nobody was asking them about it." Still, let's not forget, Baby Boy was a certified smash. If you're a real Beyoncé fan, you know that track. It dropped in 2003 and blew up, holding the #1. One spot on the Billboard Hot 100 for 9 straight weeks and even snagged a Grammy nom. But what fans didn't see was all the chaos behind the scenes. Things got messy, but Sean Paul never stopped respecting the music. In a 2020 interview with MTV News, he said Baby Boy was one of his top 3 collabs, right up there with Rihanna and Busta Rhymes. And as for Bey, after Baby Boy, she didn't grab another #1 until 2007 when she dropped Irreplaceable. Beyoncé recently sat down with Oprah and dropped some serious behind-the-scenes tea about her collab with Sean Paul. And let's just say, it wasn't all glitz and glam. She revealed that her husband, Jay-Z, wasn't cool with the situation at all. In fact, he allegedly tried to shut down their joint performance at the 2003 MTV VMAs. According to Beyoncé, Jay-Z was acting jealous and straight up insecure. Why? Sean Paul was blowing up at the time, chart-topping hits, massive fan base, and a magnetic stage vibe. Jay-Z didn't like the idea of Beyoncé getting too close to another man, especially one who was killing it in the same industry. And with their steamy chemistry in the Baby Boy music video, Jay's jealousy hit the roof. Beyoncé said it got so bad that Jay-Z even accused her of hooking up with Sean Paul. He wanted her to cut ties, for good. But she kept telling him over and over that it was all rumors. "Nothing romantic ever happened," she insisted. Still, Jay-Z wouldn't let it go. Things spiraled. Jay-Z started getting more possessive. Beyoncé revealed he even hired private investigators to watch both her and Sean Paul, like real-deal surveillance. On top of that, he gave her an ultimatum. Either follow his rules, or their relationship was done. She felt cornered, scared. But she wasn't about to let anyone take control of her life, not even Jay-Z. Beyoncé made it clear that her career came first, and she wasn't going to let anyone dim her shine or dictate who she worked with, And the drama? It's deeper than fans ever imagined. So even with all the pressure from Jay-Z, Beyoncé made a bold move. She hit the stage with Sean Paul at the VMAs anyway. It was her way of saying she's in charge of her own path, no matter who didn't like it. But after that performance, everything exploded. Word is, Beyoncé and Jay-Z got into a massive fight backstage, and during that heated argument, things allegedly crossed a serious line. Jay-Z reportedly slapped her across the face. Beyoncé was stunned, completely heartbroken. That moment changed everything. It became her breaking point. She didn't just cry it out. She packed up her stuff and walked out of their shared home. She stayed with her sister Solange for a while, needing space to breathe and process what went down. In the middle of all that chaos, Beyoncé reached out to Sean Paul. She apologized for dragging him into the storm, even though it wasn't her fault. And Sean? He showed nothing but love and support. Despite the drama, their friendship stayed solid. Eventually, Jay-Z realized just how far he had taken things. He came back humbled, apologizing for everything and begging for another shot. He told Beyoncé he was serious about changing, about becoming better. He even agreed to start therapy with her to fix the damage. Beyoncé, still holding love for him, decided to give him that second chance. And it wasn't just talk. Therapy really helped. Over time, things started to heal between them. In 2008, the two finally tied the knot. Now they've built a family together, raising Blue Ivy and their twins, Sir and Rumi. Beyoncé later said she doesn't regret working with Sean Paul. That hit song not only shook the charts, it also taught her to stand tall, speak up, and never let anyone control her shine. Beyoncé's proud, no doubt about it. She followed her heart and built the life she wanted on her terms. But even with all the success, those old rumors about her and Sean Paul, they still leave a mark. Whispers about their connection keep popping up, stirring the pot now and then. Still, Beyoncé and Jay-Z have built a serious empire together. From young, late-night phone calls to becoming one of the most powerful couples in music history. They've been through it all: betrayals, heartbreak, pregnancy struggles, cheating scandals. And yet, they're still standing. In a Raw interview, Jay-Z got real about their journey. He said, "That's my soulmate. It's the person I love. You can be in love with someone, you can love someone, but if you haven't experienced love or learned how to handle it, things will get complicated. Period." But not everyone is convinced it was always so perfect. Some folks still feel uneasy about their story, including 50 Cent, who once suggested that age may have been a factor early on. When their relationship started heating up, Beyoncé had just stepped into adulthood, while Jay-Z was already in his 30s. That age gap? It's raised eyebrows more than once. And now, an old clip from the early 2000s is making waves again. A young Beyoncé at an award show, blushing and talking sweetly about Jay-Z. The video's gone viral, and fans are back to asking questions. Was Jay-Z just a supportive partner, or did he play a bigger role in shaping her early solo career than we ever knew? The past is creeping back up, and people are paying attention. Everybody knows Beyoncé and Jay-Z are straight-up music royalty. Their story sounds like something out of a fairy tale. A powerhouse king and a rising queen madly in love, taking over the world side by side. But is it really as perfect as it seems? Some red flags say otherwise, and the biggest one? How secretive they are. Fans have been trying to connect the dots in their love story for years, mostly because the couple hardly gives anything away. They keep everything locked down tight, leaving people to read between the lines through cryptic lyrics, old interviews, and rare joint appearances. Sure, we know they met through the music biz, but even back then, Beyoncé moved real carefully. She once revealed that she and Jay-Z were just friends for a whole year and a half before even going on a date. Some say that was her way of protecting herself, while others wonder if something else was happening behind closed doors that the public never saw. As their relationship started to get serious, they worked overtime to keep it private. The first time they officially collaborated was on Jay-Z's 2002 track '03 Bonnie and Clyde. That song blew up and fans immediately started speculating. Were they really just friends? Even when the rumors started swirling, they kept denying it. Beyoncé told Oprah in an interview, "We were friends first before we went on any dates. We were on the phone for a year and a half." That foundation is so important in a relationship. Just to have someone that you like is so important, and someone that is honest. But after a few months of being seen together at award shows, public events, and walking red carpets side by side, it became impossible to deny what was going on. The chemistry was undeniable, and it was clear to the world that Beyoncé and Jay-Z were way more than just friends. Still, that air of mystery around them, it's never gone away. Still, despite all the signs, the two stars kept denying there was anything romantic going on, which really makes you ask, why? Why all the mystery? Why be so shy about something that was clearly unfolding in front of the world? Back in 2003, Beyoncé explained it by saying she just wanted privacy. And honestly, that's fair. When drama takes over, the spotlight shifts away from the art. But even with that, something about the whole thing doesn't add up. Jay-Z and Beyoncé have faced plenty of scandals over the past 2 decades, and most of the mess has been tied to Jay-Z's alleged cheating. Some of the rumors came from tabloids, others from obsessive fans, but let's not ignore the biggest source, their own music. And that's what's got people scratching their heads. How can a couple be this private, barely giving interviews, dodging questions, but then turn around and drop tracks that air out all their personal business? From Lemonade to 444, their songs have become confessions, and people can't get enough of the tea. It's clear, Beyoncé and Jay-Z aren't just artists, they're marketing masterminds. They know fans are hungry for answers, so they lace the music with just enough truth to keep us locked in. Is it clever? Definitely. Is it a little manipulative? Maybe. They've figured out how to keep people guessing while cashing in on every lyric, every scandal, every rumor. And that's what makes some folks uneasy. Using your marriage as a selling point? That's a bold move. But the real red flag? It's how they handled the cheating rumors, cryptic bars, emotional videos, but barely any straight answers. One thing's for sure, as long as it sells, the story keeps going. The cheating rumors surrounding Beyoncé and Jay-Z's relationship go way back, all the way to 2005. That's when the whispers started flying that Jay-Z was messing around with none other than his own protégé, Rihanna. Yep, that rumor set the internet on fire. Some reports later claimed the story was fake, supposedly cooked up to boost Rihanna's early career, but real or not, it was the first of many cheating allegations that would follow Jay-Z over the years. Then came 2006, and Beyoncé didn't stay quiet. She dropped Bidet, and 2 of the songs on that album had fans raising eyebrows. Both tracks hinted at infidelity, and her supporters were quick to back her up. One fan even said, "If he's the one who cheated, he didn't fight to save their marriage. She did, by forgiving him. That's what real strength looks like, and it hurts like hell." If those lyrics were truly based on real-life drama, it means Beyoncé chose to forgive and move forward. And somehow, despite all the pain, their relationship stayed alive. The couple secretly tied the knot in 2008, and in 2012, they welcomed their daughter, Blue Ivy. That little girl changed everything for Jay-Z. even pushed him to face one of his biggest fears. He said, "I didn't learn how to swim until Blue was born. There goes everything you need to know. If she ever fell in the water and I couldn't get her, I couldn't even
I remember
fathom that thought." That one moment says everything about how far he's come, not just as a father, but maybe even as a husband trying to make it right. Want more raw, real, and legendary stories like this? Hit that subscribe button on JuicyReel, where the drama always comes with receipts.